is your 1986 Alfa Romeo Spider Quadrifoglio Verde. This is your 1969 Ferrari Dino 246 GT. This is your 1965 Ford Mustang GT Coupe. This is your 1985 Mazda RX-7 GSL SE. This is your 2013 Mercedes-Benz E63 AMG. This is your 1997 Mitsubishi GTO. This is your 2011 Radical SR8. This is your 1981 Volkswagen Scirocco S. This is your 2012 Ultima GTR 720.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy the SLAPTrain, and welcome back, guys, to Forza Motorsport 5. And it's that time of the month again. No, gentlemen, it's not what you're thinking right now. It's the Forza 5 car pack. It is out. This is the March DLC for Forza Motorsport 5. And we're going to be putting some cars in the background for you guys to look at. But I wanted to kind of discuss a little bit, you know, about the car pack, my thoughts and opinions. And right now you are watching the RX-7 or the FB. This thing has a 4-rotor swapped into this. It comes stock with a 2-rotor, I think a 13B. And this thing is pushing 690 horsepower. Now, this car felt really nice for what it was, had a really nice balance to it. I love that you can add in, you know, the rear spoiler with the front and back bumpers as well too. So it gave us a little bit of added customization. Now, I do feel like some of the cars in this pack weren't really necessary, but I do personally like the E63 Mercedes-Benz with the 6.3 liter V8 into this thing. We pushed almost 900 horsepower on this car with the stock engine on this thing. So this thing is a monster, and it is very, very heavy. This thing's a big bitch, gentlemen. Now this Benz is coming in just under 4,000 pounds with the race weight reduction. Now, to me, I mean, that's a lot of weight. And honestly, I felt that the power to weight ratio was going to be kind of unbalanced, but 900 horsepower felt just under like it was 500 horsepower. So it was kind of, you know, something different. It felt really nice driving it. It felt smooth. To be honest, though, I think some of these cars in this pack weren't really needed. And I mean, I say things like the Scirocco, you know, the Mitsubishi GTO. Some of these cars, I mean, the fans don't want these cars. And I don't know what is going on with Turn 10 right now, but I do tell you though, things do need to change. I mean, their Facebook page is blowing up, and I just don't get it, man. If they're saying that it takes so long to render these cars, why not render cars that we want? You know, cars like all the S chassis, the S13, the S14, the SC300, I mean, the C7. I could go on and on, gentlemen, but we're going to stick with what we got right now. We have the 65 Mustang, and this thing is banging. This is a 7.5 liter upgraded V8 engine, pushing just over 780 horsepower, and this thing was swirly as shit, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. I was peeling tires in 4th gear, guys, so if you guys are going to be going with a higher horsepower in this car, make sure you bring the rubber to the track, because you're going to damn well need it, I promise you. But overall, the car felt really nice. I love the look of the car. It looks absolutely beautiful. And hell, man, it's a 65 Mustang. Who can't like that damn car? But on to some other cars here. We got the Scirocco, the V-Dub. And I don't know. I got really mixed feelings about this. I personally don't want to see this in the game. That's just my thoughts. I'd like to know your thoughts on this car pack. But I figured I'd drive it anyways. You know, make the best of what we spent. And I ended up putting in this car a upgraded V6 4.1 liter instead of the 4-banger that was in this. It was, I think, 1.7 on this car, and we were pushing, I believe, I think 400 to 500 horsepower, and this thing was really throttle sensitive. I mean, obviously the wheelbase is really different, kind of mimics somewhat of the CRX wheelbase. It's very small, but we were able to throw out some crazy entries, including this almost reverse style. We dropped a couple tires on this one, but I ain't going to be complaining right now. Check this out, gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Now up next in this car pack, we have the number 3 Toyota Motorsports GT1 TSO20. Man, say that 5 times fast. Now, thankfully, Turn 10 was nice enough to gift us this car for season pass holders, so it saved us spending about but $1.3 million on this thing. Now, I personally got a chance to drive this car, and this thing was, it was something else, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This thing was a beast. Now, I mean, this thing, it had a little bit of issues in first and second gear with going, but once this thing got going, it was gone. I mean, the cornering on this thing was absolutely marvelous. Obviously, this is an older style car. It's a 1999 Toyota. Now, for that year, you wouldn't expect a car to look like this. I mean, even the interior almost resembles, you know, something of a modern day era. So, I mean, hats off to Toyota for this car, and hats off to Turn 10 to bringing these cars to life. And I like to stress, I'm not sitting here criticizing the game in any sort of way. I'm criticizing the car packs because the car packs are consistently being thrown out like they're not even picking the cars. I feel like they're randomly selecting these cars for us. So that's my, you know, beef with this game, is not the car, you know, the detailing and, you know, the efforts that are putting into this, but the people that are coming up with these cars and the car packs. That's my issue. So, I mean, I could go on and on about this. We're not going to on this video. I don't want to stick around to that too much. But we're going to move over to the gorgeous Alfa Romeo Spider, and we threw in a V6 on this, 592 horsepower on this car, and we were still able to throw on the semi-roll cage on this thing, which made me smile. I don't know if you guys remember this car. This is my very first car that I ever did on drifting on a budget, and it's nice to see it back. I may have to do another drifting on a budget with this car to see how it compares with the new wheel compared to the old wheel, and see how, you know, how I've done and how I've gotten a little bit better with the wheel. So that may be a little bit later date, but this thing got down, gentlemen. I'm not even going to kid you right now. This thing was getting some ridiculous angle. Me and Legend right here are side by side through this corner. He's got his, I got mine. We coming through. Oh my goodness, gentlemen. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, I did throw on the work rims on this, so try not to fire off too many hate comments on there. Up next, we do have the Ferrari Dino, and this thing, personally, I couldn't care less for this car in this pack. I'd rather see some other things in here, but we did work with what we had. We threw in a V6 2.8 liter engine in this and pushing just under 550 horsepower. Now, I would have to say though, for the first time driving this car, it felt very nice. It felt very stable. Obviously, this is a mid-engine car, so it comes with the territory. I mean, you have all four wheels planted a little bit better, and it definitely did show. I did end up making this car for a drifting build, but it ended up not even being able to really slide too much. So we sugar racing here on Road America. Now, overall though, I mean, yes, the car pack was nice, but at the same token though, I feel like we're getting ripped off. You guys can see the Facebook comments, the YouTube comments. The fans are not happy. And, you know, I would really love for Turn 10 to come out with an explanation on what is going on with Turn 10. I mean, why are we getting cars, 9 recycled cars for this car pack? And yes, I mean, you guys can argue the fact that, you know, it takes a long time for them to make these cars, but why not start from scratch and put in the effort? You know, I feel like the Forza franchise is falling apart, and I feel like they need to, you know, put a hand out to the community and say, look, help us. Bring out, you know, maybe a poll for each month for cars to be put in there for the next upcoming months. Do something fresh to keep your Forza fans alive, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not happy getting one new car every single car pack for, you know, spending my $50 plus my $80 on the game. Gentlemen, I feel like we're getting robbed right now, and, you know, something's got to happen with Turn 10. They've made an incredible game, an incredible platform, and they just need to come out with some decent cars, man. Decent cars, and we need the Nuremberg ring in here. That is my 2 cents for this video. I'm going to leave this for another rant video that I'm going to go on. But thank you guys very much for coming by today. If you guys did enjoy this car pack video, make sure you guys slap that like button as always. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We got lots of Forza Motorsport action going down. Follow my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, as well as my Twitch. You may see me streaming sometime throughout the days. It's your boy, the SLAPTrain. I'm out. Peace.